Good afternoon, everyone. February March 2016, paper 2, variant 2. Last session we discussed first 16 questions. So today we'll complete this paper 16 onwards. Question 17. To mark a temperature scale on a thermometer standard temperature known as a fixed point. Which of these is a fixed point in Celsius scale? C is the right answer because temperature of a pure melting ice is a fixed temperature or temperature of a pure boiling water. Question 18. In an experiment, a liquid is heated at constant rate. The temperature of a liquid increase and eventually become constant. Which statement about the experiment is correct? Whenever there is a constant temperature, it shows that there is a change in the state. So a liquid is heated, so first the temperature is rising, but once it becomes constant, it means the liquid is boiling, and boiling occur throughout the liquid, and that occur at a constant temperature. Question 19. One end of a copper rod is heated. Which one method by which thermal energy transfer is in the copper rod? So if you are heating, one is by the vibration of the lattice, the side where you are supplying heat energy, the temperature will be high, the hot region, and the other one will be a cold region. When you supply energy, the lattice vibration transfer energy. Then there is also another one, that is the free electron are actually moving, and they move from hotter region to cooler region. That's why B is the right answer. Molecule of the copper does not move from one place to another, they vibrate about the fixed position and transfer energy. Question 20. The bench is heated by convection from bottom. Bench is not heated by convection when two surfaces are in contact with each other. The method which transfer heat energy is conduction, not convection. So A cannot be. A lid reduce heat energy lost by convection. That's true because most energetic molecule as they escape, the hot energetic molecule rise up, but the lid does not let them escape. That's why it will reduce the heat loss by convection. There is no thermal energy. There is no thermal conduction through the sides of either cup. The conduction is there because there is a air present, and thermal radiation is prevented by air gap. Radiation can travel through vacuum even, so air does not prevent them. That's why C and D are not the right statements. The term prevent means it stop completely, but air can allow the radiation to pass. Radiation can pass through vacuum as well. That's why it is preventing. So that's not a right statement. Question 21. SI unit of wavelength. As we know, the SI unit of the length is meter. That's why the wavelength will also be meter. Hertz is a unit of frequency. Meter per second is a unit for speed, and time, the unit is second. Question 22. Which diagram correctly shows a ray of a light reflected by a plane mirror? How the reflection occur or happen on the surface of a plane mirror? So for reflection to occur, the angle of incidence must equal to angle of reflection. But in this figure, they are totally different. When you find if this angle between the surface and the incident is 50, the angle between the incident and the normal will be 40. So again, you can see they are not same. This angle will be 50. So angle of incidence and reflection are not same. So 50 minus 90 minus 50, that's 40. So angle of incidence and angle of reflection are same. That's why D is the right answer. Question 23. Which diagram shows a converging lens used as a magnifying glass? Converging lens as a magnifying glass. When we use that as a magnifying glass, first thing it will form a virtual image, and it will form on the same side as the object, and it will be larger in size. So for 23, B is the right answer. First thing, the object, why B is the right answer? When we draw the light rays, the imaginary line which is passing through the center of the lens, that is the principal axis. An object is placed within the focus. So first thing, the object should be within the focus. Then we position the lens and mark the focus on the other side as well. First, a parallel light ray will pass through focus. One through optical center will pass straight. The two light rays will not intersect. So what we will do, we will produce them backwards. And the point where these two light rays will intersect, that is the position where the image will form. So image is virtual. In reality, it's not there. It is upright and it is magnified. So option B, having all the rays, which shows that the image formed by a convex lens as a magnifying glass. This is a real image. Magnifying glass is not forming a real image, even though the image is larger here, but that is a real and inverted image. Even this one is totally wrong. Why this one is totally wrong? Because when the object is between the focus and the lens, the image form should be a virtual image. So that's totally wrong ray diagram. And option D, when the parallel light ray is there, it will pass through focus. Then the second ray should passes through the center of the lens. So this one, that totally showed a wrong ray. If it is parallel passing through the focus, it should go parallel. So ray diagram is not correct for D as well. Question 24. Sound waves travel from point X to Y. How the vibration of the particle will occur between X and Y? Sound waves are longitudinal, so the particle vibrates parallel to the direction of the wave. If wave is traveling between X and Y, then D is the answer. But example, if the same question they repeated instead of sound, if they mention water waves. So then how the waves will travel in this manner, but how the particle will move, in that case C will be the answer. But here they're asking about sound wave, that's why D is the right answer. Question 25. Speed of sound in air is 340 meter per second. Which wrote typical values of speed in a liquid and solid? The typical value of speed of sound in liquid is 1500 and solid is about 5000. That's why D is the right answer. Question 26. In which pair are both materials magnetic? Can magnetic material means can be attracted by the magnet? For option A, aluminum and copper are not they are non-magnetic material means they are not attracted by the magnet. Copper is not attracted by the magnet. Iron is attracted. Iron and steel both are attracted by the magnet, and steel is attracted by the magnet, but aluminum is not attracted by the magnet. That's why C is the right answer for this. Question 27. Which method could be used to demagnetize a magnet? Like if we want to remove the magnetic properties, which method we should use to demagnetize? Question 27. Place it in east-west direction and hammer it. Hammering will demagnetize. That's true. Place a magnet in east-west direction and heat until it becomes red hot. That's true. Pull it slowly from a coil that is carrying an alternating current. That's also true. Put it slowly into a coil that is carrying a direct current. That's wrong because DC is used to magnetize, not to demagnetize. So which methods can be used to demagnetize? Method 1, 2 and 3. That is why A is the right answer. Because when we apply an AC supply, it causes domains to vibrate. Like example, if we have a magnet, we want to demagnetize. So a coil which is carrying an AC, which is continuously changing the direction. So what is the effect of this AC? It will cause the domains to vibrate. As these domains will vibrate and we remove it out from the magnet, so a time will come. Why he is mentioning east-west direction? Because what happens when you want to demagnetize a magnet, if you are heating or hammering and in a north-south direction, So what will happen to this magnet? It will magnetize according to Earth's magnetic field. So Earth's magnetic field will magnetize if you place in north-south direction. So to cancel out the effect of Earth's magnetic field, we place it in east-west direction. Otherwise, what might happen that Earth's magnetic field might magnetize this magnet. Like a material which we are demagnetizing might not magnetize completely. Demagnetize completely. Question 28. Which produce an EMF? Uh, Means which one produce a voltage? A battery, filament lamp, resistor, or a spring balance? EMF is produced by the battery. In question 29, the table describes 4 different resistance wire. They are all made from same metal. Which wire is having the smallest resistance? Resistance is directly proportional to length and resistance is inversely proportional to area. And area and diameter are proportional with square because area is equals to pi r square. If diameter increase, area will increase, or pi d square by 4. This one is 2 and 1.5. So we want the least resistance, smallest resistance. So length should be shorter and area should be greater because large area means small resistance. So the one which is having a shorter length and shorter wire will have low resistance and thicker wires will have low resistance. That's why large diameter or area and smaller length. So B is the right answer. Which circuit shows the direction of conventional current and electron flow correctly? Conventional current is from positive to negative. The current I is from positive to negative. And the electron flow is from negative to positive. Big line is representing a positive terminal, small line is representing a negative terminal. So what could be the right answer for question 30? Current is from positive to negative. So when we check the current, so it's from positive to negative in A. But what about electron flow? Electron flow should be from negative to positive, but this is given an opposite, so A cannot be an answer. When you check the second one, B, the current is from positive to negative, so that's true. It's according to current. And electron flow is opposite. It is from negative to positive. So electron flow is from negative to positive. So that is also given correct. So B is the correct answer for this. Why not C or D? Because C again the current direction is wrong. And for D, again the current direction is wrong. Because we have to show both which circuit shows the direction of conventional current and electron flow. Conventional current and electron flow is always opposite of each other. And the direction of the conventional current is from positive to negative. As you can see, the current direction they give, so they give this manner, so it means that is right. And electron flow they give other way around, means that is also right. The direction of the current, conventional current, is from the positive terminal to the negative terminal. So you can clearly see, as this is big line is representing a positive terminal, so they showed that the if I say the direction of current, so it will be in this manner. So direction of current is given correctly, and electron flow is from negative to positive. So when electron will flow, they will flow from negative to positive. So electron flow direction is also given correctly. That's why B is a right answer. Four lamps each are labeled 240 volts. In which circuit do all four lamps have normal brightness? Means all will receive same 240 volts. So they should be in parallel to receive same volt. What will be the division of the voltage in A? Because you can see this lamp is in parallel to battery. This will receive 240. But these three are in series with each other. So 240 will divide 80, 80 and 80. What about this one? All four are in series. So 60, 60, 60, 60. What about this one? 240, 240, 120, 120. But in this one, all are parallel. So they all receive the same 240 volts. A battery charger plug into 230 volt AC supply. The charger is used to charge a 6 volt DC battery. A charger contains a diode and a transformer. What is the purpose of these components? What is the purpose of the diode? Like input is 230 and output is 6. And what is the purpose of the diode? Input is AC and output is DC. The term rectification means like converting AC to DC called rectification. So a transformer actually step down, like step down the voltage, reduces the voltage, and diode actually convert this AC to DC. Why directly DC is not used? Because transformer cannot work with DC. So A is the right answer. It's a step down transformer. Why step down? Because a battery charger plug into 230 volt AC supply. So 230 volt AC is there, but the charger is used to charge only 6 volt DC battery. So input is taking 230 and output is only 6. That's why it is a step down. And converting AC to DC, that's rectification. The figure shows a potential divider circuit. The term potential divider circuit means the circuit will divide the voltage. The resistance of variable resistor is decreased. Which row shows what happened to the reading in each? When two or more components are connected in series, if one side the voltage decrease, the other side the voltage will increase. So which row shows what happened to reading in each meter? What we did, we reduced the resistance here. Because the total voltage will be same. So if one side voltage is less, the other side voltage will be higher. What is the answer for question 33? Look, as we decrease the resistance of a variable resistor, you have the formula V is equals to IR. Because they are in series, so they will have the same current. If two components have the same current, resistance and voltage are directly proportional. The one which will have low resistance will have less voltage. So what happened? Voltage across a variable resistor decrease. So voltage in a voltmeter P will also decrease. In comparison, because the total voltage is same, the total voltage will divide. Like example, if I say here the voltage is V1 in voltmeter P and voltmeter Q V2. So the total voltage is V1 plus V2. So what is happening? If V1 value is decreasing, the V2 value should increase so that the sum will remain V, or sum will be same. So if variable resistor, we reduce the resistance of variable resistor, less voltage drop across variable resistor, so voltmeter reading on P will decrease, and in comparison more voltage will drop here. As more voltage drop, the voltmeter reading will increase. That's why B is the right answer for this. In a variable resistor potential divider circuits, voltage divider circuit, if one side voltage decrease, the other side it should increase. The total resistance of the circuit is decreasing. Why the total resistance of a circuit is decreasing? If you want to solve, you can use a number. Like example, if here is 100, here also 100, and total you are applying a 10 volt. So if you are applying a 10 volt, because they are in same resistance, so same voltage will be there, 5 volts and 5 volts. But as you are decreasing a resistance, now what you did, example, you made it 50. So combined resistance of a circuit is decreasing because 100 plus 50 is 150, and before 100 plus 100 was 200. Now when you work out how to find the voltage here, if I need the voltage here, V1 is equals to resistance of that part divided by the sum of the resistance of the circuit multiplied by total voltage V. And if I need voltage here V2, that is resistance of that part divided by the sum of resistance of the circuit multiplied by total voltage of the circuit, that's V. So I'm finding a voltage here. So R1, this value is 50 divided by 50 plus 100, that's 150, into combined voltage, that's 10. So when I solve, this 0 will cancel with 0, then this will be 3 and 10. So this will be 3.33. So 3.33 volts. If the total is 10, if 3.33 volts here, I will 10 minus 3.33, or I can also use the formula 100 resistance of that part divided by, because it's a voltage divider circuit, even though the circuit resistance is changed, the component resistance is same, but the ratio, whenever voltage divide according to the ratio of the resistance. If it was 100 and 100, because the two components were having a same resistance, that is why the voltage was dividing equally. But now what happened, one of the component is resistance 50 ohm and another one is 100. So what happened to total voltage, it will divide. If here the voltage is 3.33, so out of 10, if 3.33 volts drop here, remaining 6.67 volts will drop across the other component. The total voltage is same, but it divided according to the ratio of the resistance in a series circuit. That's why we also call that as a potential divider circuit. First the ratio, that's true, first the ratio was 1:1, but then the ratio become 1:2. As the ratio of the resistance change, the voltage will also change. Question 34. After some building work in a house, a bare uninsulated live wire is left protruding from a wall. What is the greatest hazard? What is the risk if a live wire is there? A live wire is touching the wall, so it cannot cause fire. If live wire is touching, for example, another live wire, then it can lead to fire, or another bare wire. The fuse will not blow. Electric shock, if someone will touch, he will get an electric shock. Question 35. Electron moves into a uniform electric field figure shows the initial direction of the motion of electron, the deflection, the direction of the magnetic field is into or away from you. So for this, you will, whenever for a negative particle, you will use left hand. Your, for a positive particle, left hand. For negative particle, you will use the right hand. By mistake, I said left hand, but for negative particle, it will be a right hand. So use your right hand. Your index finger, your first finger should point into. Your second finger should show the direction of the movement or motion of electron. So electron is moving towards the left hand side, towards the right, from left to right. So on the right hand side, so your second finger should point towards right. Where your thumb is pointing, when you apply the rule, the thumb will show a deflection. It is showing a deflection. When you apply a rule, it will point the bottom. You can use this, like index finger should point into, the second finger shows the direction of the motion of electron, and thumb is pointing down, so it will move towards the bottom of the page. If instead of electron there was a proton, for negative particle you will use the right hand, for positive particle you will use the left hand. If there was a, if electron is going down, proton will go up. Left hand for positive particle and right hand for negative particle. The diagram shows an AC generator. As you can see, it is horizontal, so the voltage will be maximum. As the coil passes through the position, the output voltage is 10. So maximum voltage is 10 volts here. When does the output voltage become minus 10? What will be the rotation so that it will become minus 10? Like the coil is horizontal, we are getting a maximum voltage as so when it is exactly horizontal, we are getting a maximum voltage, that's 10. So when it will be vertical, when it will become vertical or rotated, so that is how much angle change is there, that's 90, because this is 0 for you now. So this is 90. When it is exactly vertical, the voltage will be 0. When again it will become horizontal, again it will become horizontal, what you will get? You will get the maximum voltage, but in opposite direction, minus 10 will be there. So this is 0, 0, at 0 you are getting a 10. According to this figure, you are, because it is depending on which position you started. If you, this is the position which they show, so this is the angle 0. When it will become 90, 90 means it become vertical, so the voltage will be 0. When it will be 180, voltage will be maximum but in opposite direction, so minus 10. When it will be 270, 270 for this case, according to the original horizontal position, if it start with horizontal, then the 270 means vertical. And when it is vertical, the voltage is 0. So the correct answer, when the coil turned 180, according to this we consider as 0. So 0 horizontal, 90 vertical, then 180 horizontal, then 270 vertical, and then 360 it will be horizontal again. But when it, if this was giving a plus 10 volts, 90 will be 0 volts, then this will be minus 10 volts, this will be 0, and again it will be plus 10 volts. So it will be again plus 10 at 360. Question 37. Alpha particles. The scattering of alpha particle by a thin metal foil support the nuclear model of an atom, why are alpha particles used rather than neutrons? What is the reason why Rutherford basically use alpha particles? Because they travel more slowly. That was not the reason. They are heavier. That was not the reason. Comparison to because they are charged part. Neutron is uncharged, so we don't know whether there is a charged particle inside the atom. But using an alpha particle, Rutherford was able to predict that because there is a charge in the nucleus, that's why alpha particles are also positive. Question 38. A nucleus of radioactive substance undergo an alpha decay and then beta decay. Look, first, if there is an alpha decay, so what happened in alpha decay? The atomic mass, it will turn into another element. The atomic mass will decrease by 4, so it will become 214. An atomic number atomic mass decreased by 4 and atomic number decreased by 2. And then this element undergo a beta decay. If this will undergo a beta decay, beta means electron, so atomic mass will remain same 214, but atomic number, what happened, it increases by 1, so this will become 83. So what will be the nucleon number? It will be 214. And what is the proton number after these two decays? It will be 83. A scientist carry out an experiment using a sealed source which emit beta particle. The range of a beta in air is about 30 centimeter. Which precaution is the most effective to protect the scientist from radiation? So how the scientist can be protected by the radiation, which is the most effective precaution? 39. So most effective, handle the source with long tongs, because they already mentioned it is having a air about 30 centimeter, so we should keep away from the source. That's why A is the right answer. Keeping a temperature does not affect the radiation. Opening all the window in the lab does not affect the amount of radiation coming from the source. Washing his hand before leaving the lab, but then during which precaution is the most effective to protect scientists from the radiation? So he should not be directly exposed to the radiation, so he should use the long tongs so that he will not be exposed to the radiation. Which row describe the nature of alpha and gamma? Alpha particles are helium nuclei, 2 proton, 2 neutron. Alpha particles are helium nuclei, 2 proton, 2 neutron. And gamma is electromagnetic radiations. That's why A is the right answer.